as a kid, I always wanted to be a child celebrity, bro. Especially a child actor. Like, bro, I dead ass thought it would be like the coolest job in the world. I mean, you're famous, you don't gotta go to school, you get to hang around other people your age and just basically play pretend all day. Like, bro, back then, I would give anything to be in the exact position that they were in. Until I found out that they were being put in every position possible by Dan Snyder. I mean, the way that Hollywood just took advantage of these kids is just downright deplorable, bro. And it's crazy that it's just now coming out. Like, imagine what the parents would do if they found out that these producers were doing these things to these kids.
They don't got a clue in the fucking world.
Wait, they knew?
Yeah.
Bro, what the hell? How, as a human being, can you allow your kid to be diddled with and just do nothing about it? Like, do y'all people just not believe in hell, bro? Like, is the bag really worth the trauma that it will do to your kid, bro? But oh, who cares if my kid is getting touched? I mean, shit, he's making $100,000 a week. Like, might as well show off a little bit of feet too. Maybe you'll get a bonus. Like, the more research I do for this video, the more and more shocked and just absolutely flabbergasted I get by how bad these parents were. But oh no, it gets worse. Apparently, Drew Barrymore's mother allowed her to go to bars, drink, smoke, hang out with people 3 times her age, and she let her daughter do this at the ripe age of 9. Like, what the fuck? Imagine the strings that her mother had to pull
9
for her daughter to even be allowed in the club with the grown men. And also, why did that club allow a 9-year-old in the club? Like, what? But see, this is exactly,
bruh, that's what I want to know. That's like my question. How does a 9-year-old get access to a club, my guy? Like, how does a 9-year-old get access to a club? Like, didn't anybody find that weird that a 9-year-old was hanging out with a bunch of adults that were like 10 times there? Okay, 10 times is probably a lot, but come on, bro, you get what I mean. Like, didn't anyone like realize this? Didn't like anyone understand? What was, like, I don't get it. Like, what do you have to do, or what do you have to go through to get to that level, bro? Like, to get to that mindset, that level of, I don't know, disgust thingness. That is not probably not a word, but bro, what I'm saying is, how do you get to that point, to the point where you are interested in kids, you're hanging out with children, not doing like child-like activities, but bro, like full on you know, adult type of shit? Like, how do you get to that point? You know what?
why I feel like not everybody should be a parent. We have to make some type of parenting license, bro. Like, imagine if Ted Bundy had a daughter, bro. Imagine the utter horrors he could commit. Or even worse, imagine if Jeffrey Dahmer had a son. What's for dinner today, Pops? You. And like I said earlier, I feel like all of these stories are just now coming out. For instance, the Drake Bell situation. I mean, I truly don't think people understand how bad this situation was. Brody was dead ass getting Brentwood hellos from his 40-year-old male acting coach while he was a minor. Eventually, the guy was arrested and charged, but he got bailed out. Guess where he picked up a job at? Disney. You bet your darn tootin' ass that he was working with kids again. The industry is effed up. For instance, Dan Snyder. Like, the amount of crimes that this guy has committed, bro, and just gotten away with, it's just absolutely insane, bro. Like, he needs to be sentenced to a long time with Diddy in a grand old big mansion with a couple guest stars. Piss balls and feet everywhere. Brody might have the time of his life. Because that's the main thing with Dirty Dan. He loves feet. Feet finder isn't enough for this guy. He needs the real thing in real life. Which, unfortunately, he actually did. To my sweet baby girl, Ariana Grande, bro. How dare you? Dan Snyder literally made Ariana Grande suck her fucking toes while being recorded and posted it on live television. And nobody seen the problem with this shit. Bruh. Like, what the f? That alone should give him a life sentence, bro. But oh no, these kiddos don't just got Dirty Dan to worry about. They also got to worry about other celebrities that want a piece of them too. R. Kelly, Drick with Millie Bobby Brown, and one you might not think about, basically all of Hollywood with Justin Bieber. The way that Hollywood did Justin Bieber was just
like, I've always believed that, you know, these type of people do all type of messed up stuff, but when you actually you get the information, like you get the facts about the shit that they have been doing. Like you can't help but really wonder like what's going through these people's mind? Like what could make you even come up with an idea of doing stuff like this, bro? Like I I don't know. Maybe I'm just not into it, and probably that's why I cannot connect the dots as to why people always do these things. But one thing I will say for sure that I strongly believe is that Satan or Hasatan in Hebrew, he's the one that really controls all of this mess. So for sure, he's going to control the different aspects of life that people gravitate to more because it's really easier to commit a sin than avoid, committing a sin. I was actually talking about this similar topic today, saying that, because of how they designed the world or, how they've infiltrated everything, it's so difficult to not sin, bro, just because of how they have really designed things to really trap you, suck you in. It's crazy when you think about it, but you just have to know and understand that all of these things are spiritual. None of it is, well, it's physical to an extent, but the true goal is to attack you spiritually. And that's why you have so many celebrities that are really messed up in the head because of the things they experience. A lot of them come into this industry poor. So, the fact that, they get the opportunity to hold on to a bunch of money that could change their life, it's like they don't know how to say no, they don't know what to do. Certain situations, some people were pressured into it or forced. But all I can say is, man, like my prayer goes out to you to help you to, to become better mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And I hope you find a way out.
It's weird as hell, bro. I'm not finna lie. Like, don't get me wrong. That man was still living the life. I mean, he was the most famous teenager in the world. Had all the girls around his age on lock.
Right.
The only problem was that he had all the grown people on lock too. On the rock, I mean. Because back in the 2010s, whenever people heard the name Justin Bieber, for some reason, a dark, nasty side of them just came out.
Nigga, why?
Week after week, it was a different celebrity just trying to get a piece of JB. Some celebrities would even go so far to touch this man on live television. Like deadass, I'm so serious, this actually happened. What the fuck? Like deadass, this heathen was grabbing all over JB's piece. Also proceeded to kiss this man and then just laughed it off like he ain't do shit. While this man was left uncomfortable, damn near traumatized on stage. Like imagine if a grown man came and grabbed onto a 15-year-old girl while kissing her and then just tried to laugh it off while walking off stage. You going to jail? You going to jail? My brother in Christ, he'll be tackled before he gets to the steps. Like it's absolutely insane. Nobody did anything about that. Like it really is. Something else that nobody talks about is how he also lived with P. Diddy in his mansion for 3 months.
Bruh.
So like, did just nobody see a problem with this shit at all? Like, did nobody like did the red flags not wave? Besides that, getting touched by Dirty Dan and the Diddler isn't the only thing that these celebrities got to worry about. They also have to deal with heavy identity crisis, drug abuse, and also these kids have an insane lack of privacy too. Most of the time when you're a kid, you fuck up a lot. You can go to a Halloween party, do Molly, Coke, Zans, have a 4-person orgy, and then drive you and your buddies to go vandalize a civil rights monument, get into a whole police chase damn near, and then after that, go back to Waffle House and get some grub. And honestly, you'll probably get away with that shit because you're young. But when you're a child celebrity, you're not granted that same leash. You're automatically forced into the adult world. And the last thing I want to talk about is the drug problem.
Because I agree with what he's saying because even if you're a child, you're gonna have to live as an adult to an extent, just because of the type of responsibilities that you will have to keep up with, just to ensure that, okay, you stay protected, you uphold a certain reputation, you refrain from, doing certain activities, stuff like that, bro. So yeah, I get it. And I think that is the type of pressure that really stresses these young celebrities, man, because they don't know how to cope with it. And it's not like they genuinely have people around them that's really trying to help them, dealing with all these emotions and all the pressure from their fans, their managers, and even society. So I get it. Most of them abuse drugs, and most of them just do dumb shit because, hey, what else am I gonna do, right? And at the same time, they have the resources to do some of these things. So it's pretty easy for them to like go out and like rebel. And I think it's just them being rebellious because it's like they're trapped and they don't know how to escape. Trust me, I've been there, not in this aspect but a different aspect, so I know what it is. I know what it feels like to feel trapped within your own self, and it feels like even though you know what to do, but it's like you can't do it, you don't know how to do it, you don't know where to start or how to start until something happens, and it really really gives you that sudden realization. It's sad, but it's just how life works for most people, especially men, bro. Like, a lot of us have to really experience certain things for us to really make certain changes in our life, because I don't know what this is, but something about us as men is that we have to try our way in the most aspects to really be satisfied, or to see the result. And if it's a case where we mess it up, then that's usually when we get open minded to like trying new methods. It's not always the best, and it's not the best, but it's something that is common among us. So, anyways, I don't want to go off track, but
Drugs, drugs, drugs. So many drugs that the light drugs sober these kids up from the strong drugs that they're taking. Demi Lovato. I feel like a lot of it stems to all the pressure that's put onto them. And
bruh, like Demi Lovato was one of the sweetest things, bro. One of the sweetest girls. And man, the industry really did a number on her, bro, because I don't even recognize her anymore. And it's it's just so crazy how everything these days is just like an attack on like who you are, your beliefs, your freedom, your, what should I say? From men, your masculinity, because really it mostly seems as if everything is just trying to erase men or attack men. If you look at most of the bullshit that's going on, especially with that colorful movement, you will see that a lot of it attacks masculinity, bro. Like, if you pay attention to like people from my generation and younger, which is Gen Z and younger, bro, a lot of us we're soft. A lot of us we're confused. Men are more depressed than ever, and it's really sad. It's really sad, and it's really a serious thing. It's really something for us to really um spread more awareness to, because I believe that mental health has been more common in the media, but I really don't think it's still to the point where most people are aware of it, of how it affects people in general, but mostly men. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these things, bro, it's sad that it's here to, try to replace us or attack us or just dumb us down. But we gotta stay together, and we have to stay in our frame. We have to strengthen our minds, and we have to strengthen our spiritual eyes, bro, because like I said, a lot of these things that's happening, it's spiritual. Drug Drugs are gateway tools for things in the spirit realm to like take possession of you, and that's one of the big reasons why these pharmaceuticals push it. But That's another topic for another day.
And the people who are trying to take advantage of them, and just all of that combined leads these kids to these drugs. But where are they getting the drugs from? Well, none other than probably their trusted role models. The people that they trust the most give them these drugs. And it leaves the kids thinking that, oh, they're just, looking out for me, letting me have my fun, when truthfully and honestly, those people are just trying to control them. And they know they can control them way easier when these kids are on drugs. Until the kids eventually crash and burn. But by that time, the money's already made, so who cares about them? I guarantee this same process has happened to so many celebrities, it's not even funny. And it will keep on happening until somebody does something about it. I mean, like, I've even heard of stories such as from literally the Victorious cast saying that producers used to give them alcohol every single day that they were shooting just so the actors could get loose and ready to perform. But the final thing I want to talk about is how it feels like there's a lot of like young girls becoming famous off of Instagram and TikTok. And now they're becoming these new age child celebrities, but it's truly only because of their looks. And that's very, very weird. For instance, Alabama Barker, hell, Ruby Rose back in the day. I don't know.
Bruh, imagine a girl just blowing up on I mean, this happens. This used to happen a lot, but I don't think it's really happening a lot these days. But imagine, all you had to do was just put on your makeup, put on a nice, cute outfit, take a few pictures, and bam, you're a celebrity. I mean, and that's where we are in the world today. So, and another thing is, while we're on that topic, like, a lot of people don't get this, bro. Like, how they present social media to us is a way of brainwashing us. It's because it doesn't reflect real life, not at all. There was a scenario, somebody was telling me that they went on a date to this restaurant and there was a bunch of girls there, all dolled up in hair, nails, all of that. The hottest thing you would see there, right? And all of them just came there, they took a bunch of pictures, and then they just ordered some appetizers, and they were even struggling to pay for the appetizers, but they only went there just to take a bunch of photos to post on social media just so they could get the attention. So it's crazy out here, man, because even these influencers or people that are getting famous off social media, things like this affects them, because when they blow up, the same type of people contact them, make them different types of offers and all type of things. And not only that, but the people that follow them, does apply a certain pressure, because they now have to try to live up to their fans' standards. And with that being said, they have to try to look perfect every time. So even when they're struggling, we don't know they're struggling, and most people just forget that they're human too. And at the same time, you know, outside of living up to your fans, when certain people approach you and they may threaten to take everything away just because, hey, you may not want to agree or whatever, it's a tough decision. But I know exactly what I would do in a situation like that. um but hey, not everybody's the same, and a lot of people crack under pressure, and you're just you. I'm not gonna bash you for that, but people, we just gotta we're gonna have to do better. We're gonna have to do better, man, because these type of things are not okay. It's not okay. You can't be having children in adult spaces, and it's not a case where it's kids friendly. We can't have people abusing people for their own gain just because we have a certain level of authority over them. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be promoting this type of behavior. Like, this is nasty.
Why this is a thing, but there's nothing good that can come from any of that. All they're doing is marketing themselves to older men who want to prey on them. And even with cases
That's what
like
I'm
Ruby
saying, and
Rose,
these
she
people
has stated
approach
multiple
them.
times that she hooked up with pro athletes while she was still 16 and 17. That is absolutely insane. And we even seen some celebrities just do this and not care at all. Tiger, like, Brody just said, fuck all the bullshit, I don't care if y'all hate me, and just went and started dating a 16-year-old while being over the age of 20, and nobody did anything about it. Like, that's crazy. But overall, overall,
Wow.
I'ma just say this. Child celebrities have a curse. And if you're a parent thinking of enrolling your kid in those acting classes or signing him to that agency, just be more mindful of what your kid is doing. Because you never know who's watching and you never know who wants to prey on your kid. Besides that, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for
Yeah, bro, like you never know. You have predators everywhere and they come in different sizes, shapes, they come in different forms, man. And some of the times it's just shitty that a lot of the parents allow some of these things to happen just because of greed. A lot of parents exploit their children's, and bruh, like that is never okay. Like you're supposed to be protecting your child, not putting your child in harm's way just because you benefit from that. Like, bro, that's. But anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Drop a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.